Oh, I got this thing. I can do this. And where do you put the music? There it is. Maybe. How do we make go away? Hi! Sorry, playing around with new toys, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
Same page club.
So, hello, everybody. It's me and Thrash. Lance might pop in to say hi. He said he's not feeling great.
Hi, Lance. Hope you feel
So,
better.
hi, Lance. Hope you feel better. Exactly. I'm also kind of out of it because I've been on vacation for over a week and I'm just bleh. But that's one of the reasons I really wanted to have this stream because I've missed so many other streams. I missed Thrash's stream last week. I missed Dave's stream. So like I feel like I need to confer with my people. I need to have that fellowship. It's weird being out in the real world and not online.
Hate the real world.
Yeah.
Graphics suck.
But like we were talking about before we started, for some reason you're always more tired after the vacation, which defeats the whole purpose of the vacation. um, so yeah, hi. What's going on, Thrash? How are you doing?
Not a whole lot. And as you know, I live in a touristy area, Cape Cod, Mass. And so, unfortunately, the summer's kind of a blackout date for my vacation plans.
Right, of course.
But we're all limping to the barn. I was actually talking to one of my coworkers because this is like the summer. It's weird. You'd think like July would be the busiest month. It's August. August is just the busiest month of our summer season, and we're all just limping to the barn.
Of course, yeah.
And we know it's almost over, but it's like all part of the Western Front, where you know it's almost over, but you still got to go through the motions and like, hi, I'm Bob. I'll be taking good care of you tonight. Oh dear God. So yeah, we're all truly exhausted. I might take some time off in September if I live that long, but other than that, we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Lance may or may not be here. It's kind of hard to tell.
This
That
might
or
be
he's
him
just
trying
a
to kick
spinning
in.
circle. Yeah.
The spinning circle. It sounds like a secret order. The Order of the Spinning Circle.
All right, so I want to say hi to Daryl. He's been here for a while now.
Other brother, how you doing, Mon? Good to see you.
And Tom, Hungry Jerk, is here. Hello.
Hey!
Good to see you.
Great to see you, Tom. Good luck at work tonight. He too works at an Italian restaurant.
Oh, does he really? I didn't know that. I learn something new every day. Hi, Keith. How's it going?
Keith.
I was on vacation until last night. That's when I finally got home and immediately went to sleep.
Jet lag's a thing.
And Danny's here. Hey, Danny.
Hey.
Always good to see you. And Wajamin's here. Wow, we got all kinds of people here today. So awesome.
Awesome.
We have no plan for what we're going to talk about. So we're just going to go by whatever comes up. So if you have any topics you want us to talk about, go ahead and lay it on us. We'll do it. Thrash, he has no problem filling airtime. I might just be sitting here going, but he'll say something.
Well, as you know, that's why with my streams, I tend to do just general Q&A. I tend not to have a topic. When I present a topic, we just go off topic anyway.
Right,
so,
yeah.
It's almost easier to just say, tell me what you want to talk about, and we will chat about that. I will take a moment, though, to shamelessly plug Retropalooza. We have another Retropalooza coming up tomorrow, and it's going to be Celebrity Crushes Preferred.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Awesome.
And who doesn't have those?
I have plenty. Let's see. Hungry Jerk wants to know what happened to Wizards.
Probably... Go ahead.
You're going to keep getting asked this question, I think.
Yes, he's probably referring to the fact that ages ago, I wanted to do a retrospect on the Ralph Bakshi Classic, and I have not given up on the idea. The problem is, it's just, I found, as I started putting it together, you can't just do a gloss over. It's actually pretty intense. And there was a lot of history and backstory and whatnot. So, besides, Tom, you and I need to talk more. Tom actually is like a virtuoso on Wizards.
Awesome.
And I need to pick his brains. Did you know he told me this? Rotoscoping, which I thought was a fairly new, contemporary in the 70s form of animation. It was first used in China in 1924, and I'm like, kablooey. I had no idea it went back that far.
I
But
knew it was older, but I didn't know it was that old.
I know, crazy. I do want to do Wizards, particularly because there's scuttlebutt. Do you believe after all these years, they're still talking about a sequel? They're still talking about doing a sequel to Wizards.
Cool. Indy's here. Hello, Indy.
Indies, how you doing? Any stumper trivia questions for me today?
He says Bob's All Quiet would use a lobster for symbolism instead of a butterfly. I don't get that, but it seems Thrash does.
My principal graphic is actually me holding up a robotic lobster.
Oh right,
and
yeah.
It's an old joke to my cyber lobster revolt. I just think me and the lobster look really cute together.
Okay, fine, yeah. Let's see. I saw somebody else was here. Oh, Nicole Baker's here. Hey, Nicole.
Nikki, how you doing?
And unfortunately, Lance seems to be having issues with StreamYard. I don't know what the problem is. I've never had any serious issues with StreamYard, but we all have technical issues. Like I've said millions and millions of times on this channel, no worries, brother. I'm sorry you can't get it to work, but if you can, keep trying. And
even Dave was having them the other night.
Really?
Yeah, Dave
he would be
was
like an expert.
Well, when the demons come and get you, you know.
Doesn't matter
who you are. Exactly.
Danny Staten says, Lance, restart everything and try again. I mean, that's always a good idea.
In life. That's my advice for life.
Keep trying to teach my son this lesson, but he won't. He's so stubborn. He will not restart his computer until he's tried absolutely everything else. And then he'll restart his computer and it'll be fine. And I'll be like, I told you.
What was that movie? Mission to Mars, where with Jerry O'Connell, where the computer crashes, and he goes, "I'm going to do a hard reboot." And they're like, "Have we tried that before?" And he goes, "Are you kidding? Because these are like a NASA supercomputer. Are you kidding?" No, we haven't. But the sad thing is, that's exactly what I would have done. It's not working. Shut it down and start it over again.
Right. Yeah, that is Mission to Mars. Yeah. Is that the one with Gary Sinise and yeah.
Gary Sinise and Tim.
I haven't seen it in so long.
I saw it in the theaters, so I think I'm going back 20 years.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. It wasn't a fantastic movie. It definitely had its moments. I always felt like it was trying to bite off more than it could chew. It was like trying to be like an homage to vintage science fiction. And as a result, it overreached because everyone was like, "Oh, that's from that movie," and "Oh, that's from that movie," and "Oh, that's from that movie." And sometimes, like Avatar, when you do that, you can actually lose focus.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, Tim Robbins, right? I don't know why I couldn't remember it either.
I knew someone would get it. All I could think of was I'll say this now. Tim Sarandon was all I could think about.
Well, that would have gotten me there. I'd been like, "Oh right, Tim Robbins."
Susan's ex-husband, one of them. Oh.
I'm sorry, Lance. I see you trying. I do. I see it. You've got like 3 different things here, but none of them are working. So I'm sorry. I wish I could help. I don't really know what to do.
You can run wild in the comment section.
I can pretend I know what I'm doing on this live stream, but I don't. I have no idea. It's amazing you can see me. Okay, Indy had a cool topic. Talking about Universal's Dark Universe and how it might have succeeded if they had followed a Masters of Horror format with directors. Like, give a director a movie and just go. They kind of were thinking of doing that, and they sort of had that started with Guillermo del Toro doing Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. And I thought it could work. It could definitely work if they did it that way. But they didn't want to do it that way. They wanted to set up their own MCU, and they tried way too hard to cram everything into the introductory movie, which even the MCU didn't do that. You know, the MCU didn't have any of that interconnectedness except for like that post-credit scene with Samuel Jackson. That was it. And I also don't think that the Universal's Dark Universe succeeded because it's not really horror. Like, the only good Universal classic horror movie recently was The Invisible Man. That was really, really good, but it wasn't connected to anything. And Everything else is just not hard. That Tom Cruise movie was not hard. It was just silliness. Um, I
Like
didn't
all his other movies.
I didn't hate it, but I haven't gone back to see it again because I didn't like it that much either.
Every time, and I don't want to say this to be mean. Oh, and by the way, elephant in the room. Yes, I have Frozen. You can hear me okay, though, correct?
Yeah, here you're just fine.
I think with the little gremlins we've been having today, I think we should just I'm gonna be a still shot for the show. I will be interactive verbally, but not visually. If that work for you?
Totally fine with me. I don't mind at all.
If I keep popping in and out, all we'll do is waste valuable screen time. But moving forward, every time I give Tom Cruise another chance, I kick myself afterwards. That's why I didn't see Maverick. And I know everybody loved Maverick, and I don't care. I'm overdone. Put a pin in him. I don't do Tom Cruise anymore. The last time I gave him a shot was with Valkyrie. And I understand that movie wouldn't have been made but for him. So I will give him kudos for at least getting the movie made. But he gave the least convincing portrayal of a German Junker I have ever seen in my entire life. And you can't do the story of the plot to kill Hitler without a convincing Stauffenberg. So I'm just like, I'm out. I'm very sorry. So I'll get out the soapbox now. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, you're allowed that opinion. I don't mind. And I do like Tom Cruise, and I do go to see Tom Cruise movies, and Maverick really was amazing.
Everyone
But
said that.
but I
Everyone.
agree with you that he was by far the worst thing about Valkyrie. Valkyrie
No.
was a good movie. It's just Tom Cruise
Yes.
was like a lead weight dragging it down. And I say that as somebody who defends Tom Cruise as an actor. As a human being, never. But as an actor, I think he's fine. He can't do a German accent, though. And he can't do a period drama like that. That's not his wheelhouse, you know?
The only scene that I thought he did a good job in, a very good job in, I have to give him credit. It was a scene where they're making him salute, but he takes the artificial arm off before he does it, and I'm like, wow, that was a powerful scene. So I mean, I will give him that much. But yeah, the rest of the actors I thought were on point, and the story was good. I mean, I thought it was a great job. If they it just gotten, no offense, anyone else to play von
I
Stauffenberg,
completely agree. Yes.
and therein lies the lesson. Gary Oldman should have done it, to be honest.
Well, he can do anything. You know?
Anything. That'd be cool if you could play both Churchill and Stauffenberg. I mean, that's us. We're talking Christopher Plummer level reach here. The man who could do Atahualpa, and Erwin Rommel.
It's funny. I had one of those quizzes on my channel, which, if you don't know, I have quizzes almost every single day on my channel.
Yeah. And I get a beating on them. Yes.
And one of them was like, which of these actors has never played a United States president? And I put Gary Oldman on that list thinking he'd never been one because I checked his IMDb. I forgot to check for upcoming projects, though, because I released that quiz the day before Oppenheimer comes out. And apparently he plays Truman in Oppenheimer. So he can
Just
be anything.
under the wire. He can be anything.
Well, Tom seems to be with you about Tom Cruise. But he says the last one he saw was Mission Impossible 1.
1. Wow. I even gave it to 3.
I can understand how people, like real big fans of the Mission Impossible TV show, would have turned off after the first one. They turned Jack Phelps into a bad guy, and I don't think that was the right call, especially since they recast him. If they'd been able to get what's his name? Oh, come on. How can I not remember his name? Anyway, if they had gotten the original actor who played him to be him. Oh, Lance is here.
He is awesome.
Lance, you made it.
Hey, Lance.
Hello.
I had to update Google.
Oh, yeah, these things happen.
Hi.
Well, welcome to the party.
So how you doing? You feeling okay?
Hi, Thrash.
How's it going,
Yeah, a little
Lance?
headache, but not bad. Had lots of coffee this morning, so I'm good.
I want to go back a little bit. Indy was talking about that Universal Dark Universe thing, and he said Del Toro should have done Creature. And Guillermo del Toro was trying to do Creature from Black Lagoon before the whole Dark Universe thing. He tried for like 20 years to do it. And eventually he just gave up and made Shape of Water instead, which is kind of the same idea, but taken to an extreme. And I disagree. I don't think Mike Flanagan should have done Frankenstein. I think Mike Flanagan should have done Dracula. He can do Gothic really, really well. So that's my 2 cents about that. Hold on. Sean Ennis says he was just reading that The Peripheral and A League of Their Own, which were both confirmed for a second season on, what was it, Apple Plus, I think? I should know this. I did a whole podcast on The Peripheral. Were just canceled. And they're blaming the writer's strike, saying that because of the writer's strike and the actor's strike, they haven't been able to get things moving and they're having to fire people and blah, 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 blah. I think that's an excuse. I think all of Hollywood is slowly coming to the realization that their streaming model isn't working. And I think they're having to cancel a lot of their more expensive shows. I don't know why they canceled A League of Their Own, because I don't think that was expensive. But The Peripheral was definitely expensive, and they probably canceled it because of that. And I'm not that upset about it, because I thought The Peripheral ended in a mess, and I didn't really want to see a second season, so I'm not that bummed. But I have seen online a lot of people who are mad about it. I'm not one of them. But yeah, they shouldn't be blaming the strike. That's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that a lot. Anytime there's like some extenuating circumstances, oh, it's because of that. No, there were things in the works already. This is just an overview that it's, it's like my kid's sick. I can't go to work. My kid's sick. I can't go out tonight. My kid's sick. Whether the kid is sick or not, that's a secondary matter, which just fits your bill.
Thank you, everybody in the universe, for saying Peter Graves. I don't know why my brain just completely blanked. I love the Mission Impossible TV show, so yeah.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Hey, Tug.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Tug. Did you ever see the Peter Graves thing when he did the Bigfoot documentary?
Bigfoot documentary. Peter Graves. I don't think so.
From the 70s. Oh, and he's gone. It's from the 70s. I actually remember. Oh, he's back. I remember when it was on TV, like when it first aired.
Yeah.
It was creepy. It was very. You're not gonna watch. It's creepy.
I can imagine that in his voice. Yeah, that sounds like it would be creepy. Sure, I'd watch it.
Yes.
I'm down for a Bigfoot documentary. Why not? Oh, Sean says he didn't like Maverick.
Oh,
what?
Sean, you didn't care. Well, see, I can't say whether it's good or not. I never actually saw Maverick. I had checked out before Maverick. So, but you say you saw it and didn't like it? Wowzers.
Honestly, you're the first person I've talked to who said that. Everybody else who's seen it has either loved it or at least liked it. Oh, and Danny Staten thinks he disgraced Bob Seger in whatever that movie is. Risky Business.
Risky Business. Yeah, that wasn't his first film. It was his first big breakthrough.
That was the one that broke him out. Yeah,
exactly.
I like Rebecca De Mornay in that movie, though.
He does a love scene with Rebecca De Mornay, which
on the subway.
On the subway, yeah, that's the one. Who can forget?
To In the Air Tonight.
No, that's right. It is to In the Air Tonight.
Reminds me of The Hangover.
Oh, wow, this is interesting. Tom says he had an uncle who he never met, who was a member of the SS fighting against the Russians.
Crazy.
That
wow.
is wild.
Wow. Well, I've actually found other YouTubers that support this. Quasi unrelated, but you just made me think of it, Tom. In Return of the Living Dead, Ernie Kaldenbrunner, the neighbor who runs the mortuary, there's a theory that he, in fact, is a former SS soldier. And if you watch the movie in very with care, there's a number of things that actually support this. So I invite you all to do that. Watch Return of the Living Dead, and you tell me if you think Ernie is a former member of the Third Reich.
I'll have to do that because I haven't seen it in so long. I have to think it through. Well, yeah, Sean. The Top Gun movies weren't made for people who were actually in the Air Force. My grandfather was in the Air Force, and he tried watching Top Gun with me when I was a kid, and he couldn't get through it. He just couldn't do it. So, like, I get it. I understand.
I must confess, I like Top Gun. I must confess. As
I
they
like it
work in
too.
Hollywood.
Don't get me wrong, but like, I am not on record saying anything bad about Tom Cruise as an actor yet. You get the right movie, and I'll do it. Like Valkyrie, he was not very good in Valkyrie. Let me think. What else was he terrible in?
Eyes
I know
wide
a lot
shut.
of. Yeah, well, Eyes Wide Shut. That movie has so many problems, and Tom Cruise is definitely one of them, as
Yeah.
well as his wife at the time, Nicole Kidman. She's not very good in it either.
She's not a very good actress, period. There was some movie I was watching her in, and as always, she's trying to play an American, but she kept going back into her Australian accent, and I'm like, am I the only person in the world who is noticing this?
Yeah, in the last Invasion of the Body
All the right
Snatchers,
move.
the Invasion, but she's not good in that at all. She's completely outclassed
Oh yeah,
by
with
the rest
Daniel
of the
Craig.
cast. With Daniel Craig, yeah, Daniel Craig is better than she is. Um, that movie's not great though. As Body Snatchers movies go, it's probably my second least favorite.
I know what your least favorite is.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
We've talked about that one, which I actually gave a chance
My
to.
favorite Nicole
Yeah.
Your favorite Nicole Kidman?
is The Others.
Oh yeah, actually, that you're right.
Oh,
She is really
oh.
good in that, and that is a great
Yeah,
movie.
that is a good movie.
I don't want to talk about it in
Oh,
case
yeah.
there's people who haven't seen it. But if you like those stories, see the others.
Where's my daughter? I am your daughter. You got mad? The part. The girl's in the wedding outfit, and then she lifts the veil, and it's her daughter, but it's a skeleton.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's also good in To Die For. That's right.
Well, yeah, because she's playing a narcissist. Of
well,
course,
yeah.
she's good. Why wouldn't she
Along
be
the same
good?
lines, Tom Cruise is good in Magnolia because he's playing like a sleazy motivational speaker. So yeah, it works because
Yes, it
it's
works.
Tom.
True.
I don't actually
About-
remember the movie Cocktail. I just remember the soundtrack. Kokomo. That's all I really remember about it.
I remember I tried flair bartending once, by the way. Once.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was not a success.
I'm glad you're still here, though.
Well, yeah. But I'm like, I could do that. No, I could not. I could not. I have the eye-hand coordination of Helen Keller.
I think Lance might be trying to go to a different room.
As are we
Yeah.
all. Ooh, India's a good one here.
You
Yes.
seem a little clearer now.
Yeah.
I can see clearly
And don't forget
now.
about a cocktail had the song "Don't Worry, Be Happy" in it too.
That's right, Bobby McFerrin, Baba lover. My wife's family comes from a whole bunch of Baba lovers, so like I know all about Bobby McFerrin.
I love that video.
That was a lot of fun. I do love that video. I like that song too. How can you not? It's
And yes, indeed, Ernst Kaltenbrunner was the name of the character, and it's funny because Ernst Kaltenbrunner, were he still alive, would have been in his 80s at that time. So I had my backstory that Ernie is actually his son, who was in the Hitler Youth, who escaped to the U.S. And believe it or not, it holds water. It does hold water.
okay. Let's
Hey,
see. There's been people popping in that I haven't said hi to, like Richard
Oh, goodness.
Lamance. Hi.
Hi.
Alabama Wyatt. Hello.
Alabama, hi.
GR's here.
hello.
He says he was at Brooks Air Force Base in the early 80s, and they used the runways for racing. No planes or jets were flying there at the time. And Zuper is also here, always being a contrarian, even if it means he has to defend Nicole Kidman.
Of all people you want to defend Nicole Kidman. Wow, Zuper. Wow. Wowzers. And hello.
Hey, Thrash.
Yes, sir. Oh, just hello? Oh, hello. Hello to you, too. Did he freeze up, too?
Hi.
Yeah, I think he froze too. Oh, wait.
Hi,
Try
I'm
again.
back. So what's
Yep,
the topic
you're there.
tonight, Thrash?
Who's the what now?
The topic tonight.
The topic.
Oh, the
topic.
it's going to be another general Q&A.
Just
I
like
decided
this.
to go, just like this. I decided since I was doing general Q&A here, I would continue general Q&A tonight. Why not?
A part 2.
Exactly, a follow-up, a continuation. Hopefully, my camera will stick. Although, I got to tell you, this only happens to me when I'm on StreamYard. When I go on YouTube, it doesn't happen. But
Weird.
The weird thing is it happens on both computers. It happens on... At first, I thought my PC was just overheating. But no, it happens to me. This is my laptop. So... But as Danny pointed out earlier, at least I have a more distinguished pose.
Yeah,
Usually
exactly.
I'm cross-eyed. I look like I'm drooling. Yeah, at least this is a little more dignified.
But Alabama brings up a good point. She's talking about Interview with the Vampire, or he. Sorry. Yeah, them. They're talking about Interview with the Vampire, which before it came out, I was livid about the casting of Tom Cruise, just like Anne Rice was, because he's not the character Lestat from the books. He's not even close. He doesn't look anything like Lestat. He's supposed to be tall, dark-haired, not Tom Cruise. But I actually like him in Interview with the Vampire. I think he's fine. I think he does a good job. So
that was my first date with Mrs. Thrash. We went out for
Really?
Chinese food and then caught Interview with a Vampire. Her choice.
Okay.
Wow.
Many moon ago.
I like that movie. I do. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do
I
like
enjoyed
it.
Hey, Tug.
Yeah.
Ever seen a movie called Red Notice?
Yeah. Is that the recent one with Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot and The Rock? Yeah.
I love
saw
that
it.
one. Pretty
It was
good.
fun. Yeah.
Have you seen her new one?
Silly, goofy fun. No, I haven't seen her new one yet.
Heart of Stone?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. This summer, I haven't really had time to do anything.
You've been busy, I know.
Yeah, it's been a bad summer, but the summer's almost over. My son goes back to school this week, so hopefully I'll have time again and I can breathe.
Yeah, relax.
I love my son, but man, this summer has been hard.
Oh, Tug, be a dear. Zuplex made a comment about I am oblivious to the end of the Berlin Wall.
Oh, where's that?
One comment back, yeah. Zuplex, how am I oblivious to the end of the Berlin Wall? I'm not sure. Is that an in joke, or did I say that I forgot it at some point? Because I actually remember I was in college at the time, and we threw so many Berlin Wall parties when that wall came down. It was crazy. Now it was mostly just a drink, but no, I remember the Berlin Wall coming down vividly. In my defense,
Hey, I remember when David Hasselhoff sang on the Berlin Wall.
yeah,
I remember that too. Yeah. I was like most people. I was a kid though, but I was still glued to the TV like 24 hours a day for like 3 or 4 straight days when the Berlin Wall came down. I remember it vividly.
Yeah, I was like 22.
Gorbachev teared down this wall.
I love when they do that on Family Guy. Reagan smash. Reagan smash.
Danny Staten. Emily's here. And Danny Staten was
Yay.
talking crap about the whole gay subtext of Interview with the Vampire. And Emily Miller is coming out and saying, if vampires exist, gay vampires exist. Well said.
Touche.
Like Thrash is going to forget anything attached to Hasselhoff, says Indy.
Oh, I know. Hey, you guys see the footage of him eating the Wendy's cheeseburger on the floor of the utility room while he's drunk off his rocker?
And I thought it was filming?
Yeah.
My wife was like, oh my God, that's so repellent. And I'm like, all I can think of is, I have so been there. Lord, I have so been there.
It just makes him a legend, right?
It does. He's human like me. I drink and eat Wendy's too.
Danny Staten had David Hasselhoff's album, The Night Rocker. With K, obviously, because Knight Rider. Yeah.
When I worked in the video store, we had a rendition of Phantom of the Opera with him as the Phantom. I had to turn it off. It was as bad as it sounds, is all I can say. It was as bad as it sounds.
As a fan of Phantom, I have to just not even think about that, because that hurts.
Don't. You would be spared.
Well, the music of the night just got a lot worse.
Oh yes, he is now sober.
Oh, that's
Hasselhoff is now
good.
sober. Yeah.
He like does random cameos in movies where he's more like making fun of himself than anything else. I respect that. I respect anybody who can make fun of themselves.
He was in the SpongeBob movie making fun
Yeah,
of
exactly. He
himself.
was in the SpongeBob movie and
I guess
Guardians of the
I can see.
Galaxy.
Hey, Tug, I can see you, but I can't see Thrash. For
Oh,
some
really?
reason.
Well, he's just frozen.
Yeah,
I mean,
froze.
you're not missing anything. It's just.
But I'm bumped.
Okay,
Oh,
just
that's
wondering.
fantastic. He's standing on Kit in the cover of the album. That's I love it. Man, I loved that show when I was a kid. That was one of my favorite shows.
Oh
Then you know
yeah,
who did the voice? Who did the voice of Kit?
William Daniels.
Very good.
Wow, I had no idea. I didn't know that.
Really?
Really?
Elsewhere.
Saying Elsewhere, one of my
I know
favorite
he is, yeah.
Netflix shows. Yeah.
And Mr. Feeney. One Beast World.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. They're still arguing over Nicole Kidman. Emily says that the woman shows no emotions on her face. It's weird.
Well, she does have that face of righteous indignation she gives everyone.
Yeah, yeah. It's that resting bitch face, right?
You said it, I didn't.
I almost didn't. I kind of stumbled a little bit. Like, should I say it? It's too late. It was already coming out.
I remember Nicole Kidman's first movie, BMX Bandits.
Really?
Ooh,
I
really?
don't know that movie at all.
Oh yeah,
Sounds
Very
like a direct-to-video movie.
red curly hair in that movie.
Okay. Do. Danny says that the Hoff in SpongeBob is better than anything Tom Cruise has ever done.
Uh-oh.
The gauntlet is thrown.
I'm not going to say I agree with you, but that's a really funny comment.
Very, very funny. The first thing I remember Nicole Kidman in is Days of Thunder.
Oh, yeah, with Paul Newman. Yeah.
And Tom Cruise.
Yeah, we had Tom Cruise.
As Cole Trickle. For some reason, I remember that name.
I think most people, I first saw him in Risky Business. I think that's the first movie I saw with him in it.
Or the Outsiders.
Taps. Taps was the first movie I saw him in.
He's in Taps?
Yep. He's in
Kevin Bacon and Tippy Hutton and Sean Penn.
Huh.
He plays the ones who wear the maroon berets. He's the real psycho kid.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to give the game away in case nobody's seen it, even though it's been out for 40 years. So
Well, Tom Cruise does play a great psycho, like in that movie Collateral. He is by far the best thing about that movie. He's great in Collateral. It's basically just a serial killer. He's great.
Well, yeah.
And how about Minority Report?
Yeah, he's good in Minority Report. I think that movie's a little... I mean, I like the movie, don't get me wrong. I've watched it many, many, many times. I own it. But like, I do feel like it's overlong. It doesn't know when to end. It keeps trying to be more and more clever as it goes. Spielberg went through a phase where he was a little too full of himself, which is weird because he's Spielberg. But I feel like that one was a victim of that. That and War of the Worlds, which was way worse.
What were they thinking? What were they thinking? You know what? Really, there's one scene that I gotta mention. There's one scene where they go to his ex-wife's home, and of course they're doing the whole class thing because he's supposed to be working class, even though Tom Cruise can't be convincing working. He was a more convincing SS officer than a convincing working class Joe. But they go to his ex-wife's home, and of course there's the whole thing where that neighborhood still has power and his didn't.
Right.
But he tries to get his daughter to eat the peanut butter sandwich, even though she's allergic to peanut butter, because it's the only food that he brought. You're in your ex-wife's home. There's still power. Look at a refrigerator. There's got to be food in that. I mean, like, even I would have thought of that. So it's like the movie doesn't even follow its own narrative. If it wasn't for the fact that they had Gene Barry in the last scene, that entire movie would have been a complete waste of time.
And Tim Robbins was actually fun in that. But like, the movie itself is not good at all. Like,
At all.
I think I liked it when it came out because I saw it as like a big 9/11 analogy, which, you know, it hits you over the head with that.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Tug,
But like, yeah.
you ought to call it War of the Worlds, where Dakota Fanning screams a lot. Remember that? Dakota
yeah,
Fanning,
that's
she screams a lot in that movie. I go, wow.
Yes,
yeah,
she
and
does.
I think she's a fine actress, and she's actually become even better as she's gotten older. But like, yeah, it's just her screeching the entire movie, and it's mind numbing.
It's like, ow, really?
Yeah,
One thing I did like is the fact that they actually do have the Tim Robbins character, and I can't remember what his name was, but that's actually from
from the book. Yeah, yeah.
exactly, and they never seem to cover that. They did the radio adaptation, but not in the reality, and the fact that in the live action versions. So I like the fact that they introduced that character finally. You know.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job with that part of the movie. But again, Dakota Fanning screeching the whole time is just. Emily Miller also points out another Tom Cruise movie that I do like, Vanilla Sky, which is actually, I recently learned, a remake of a French movie. I had no idea. Oh, awesome! The Thing and The Thing.
And
Very cool.
and
And The Thing.
Ah,
I got the three
it's the
discs
thing.
right here.
All three of them. Excellent. Good job.
And the Monster Squad.
All right. I haven't seen that in years, but I love that movie.
And here's what Thrash gave me: Death Wish.
Nice.
That's what
Classics.
Thrash gave me. And of course, you gotta have a classic called The Last Starfighter.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a sci-fi classic. I've certified it.
I still wish I would have had the not of the comic.
Yeah.
I have that. I think I have it on videotape though, not on DVD. But fortunately, I still have a few functioning VCRs.
Emily says she would have let the aliens have the kid, to be honest. I agree.
And the Rock 8-film collection.
Okay.
Little topics.
Fun.
Harlan Ogilvy. Indy points out Harlan Ogilvy was the
yeah.
character's name.
That's his name.
Thank you.
I remember that. What else?
Okay, Danny Staten is asking, he's saying, I'm racking my brain to try to think of one Tom Cruise performance that didn't make me sick. Still nothing comes to mind, but I didn't hate the one with the bighorn demon in Else 40 years ago.
Legend.
The movie you're talking about is Legend, yeah.
Legend.
And the big-horned demon was none other than Tim Curry.
And
And Mia
Mia
Sara.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Ooh, jinx!
From-
we all got it
We
simultaneously.
all got it. We all know.
Mia
That
Sara
was
from-
Billy Barty's last film, if I remember correctly.
I think so too. She quit acting. But she was in that and Ferris Bueller, and I know there's more, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Oh no, I think it was Billy Barty was a very famous
Billy
small
Barty.
person, and
Right,
I think
right.
it was his last film. I believe he died not long after that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Sorry, for some reason I thought you were still talking about Mia Sara, but she did quit acting. I do know that. I think she might have. She came back, like, because she was in Lost. Actually, she played what's his name's mom. I can't remember, like adoptive mom.
Okay. Back down I go.
What's up?
Back down I go.
Okay.
Oh.
You seem to be
No,
doing
please.
a lot clearer now. You seem okay. You haven't really stuttered too much.
Well, that's good. Which we can have fresh unfrozen.
I'm afraid if I start doing the pop out but pop back in thing, it'll somehow make things worse.
That's the other movie I was thinking of, Sean. Yeah, she's in Time Cop.
I have that one too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have it. I just released a video today with my friend Tristan, who's the martial arts film freak, and I was trying to convince him to do a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie like Universal Soldier or Time Cop or something, and he just refused. He just can't do it. He's working right now, so he might be lurking and listening. And it's not that he doesn't like Jean-Claude Van Damme, it's that he doesn't feel like he ever gets choreographed properly. Like, you never really see things properly from the action standpoint and the cinematography. Whatever. I grew up loving Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, so whatever.
Hey, it's to go worse.
What?
Steven Seagal's worse.
Steven Seagal is
Steven
definitely
Seagal.
worse.
He's got that waddle.
Horrid.
He's got that waddle now. That waddle. That waddle.
Yeah.
He goes side to side walking.
I don't think I ever liked him. Like even in his heyday, Under Siege and all that, I still thought he was terrible even then. And I was a kid. I loved everything.
Did you ever see the Saturday Night Live episode he did?
He did a Saturday Night Live episode.
I am not making that up. He did a Saturday Night Live, and what happened was he wouldn't go to the rehearsals because, of course, he's Steven Seagal, and you can tell he can barely read the cue cards. It's painful to watch. It is literally painful to watch, and the rest of the cast, they're trying so hard to carry him, and they can't. It's just awful.
I've watched people on YouTube reviewing some of his more recent movies, and he just it feels like he's not even really there on set. He just kind of shows up, sits down, delivers some lines that he thinks sounds cool, and then leaves, and they have to like make a movie around that. It's
yeah,
that sounds right.
He writes it in. He phones it in.
Basically.
John Leguizamo, I guess, early on in his career, did a movie with Steven Seagal, and
Executive Decision.
Very good, thank you. But he talked about it, about basically Seagal would come out and basically order them to do what he said, or there'd be trouble. And apparently, I don't want to misquote him, but apparently John Leguizamo thought he was like kidding, like he was just like posturing, like being in character, and he giggled, and Seagal body slammed him.
Oh my God!
And he's like, "What are you doing, you nutcase?" You know. I mean, at least Christian Bale didn't actually beat up the old key grip.
Yeah,
he threatened to, but he didn't actually do it. You know.
I remember that rant he did on that set. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we all heard it. That's intense.
Nuts. That's nuts. Well,
how about when Ari Baldwin called his daughter a pig on a phone call? You little pig.
Yeah, that was pretty not cool. That was pretty not cool.
So do you think
he's been in Hollywood his whole life? Like he grew up in Hollywood, so like I don't think he's ever properly like in tuned himself with the real world. You know what I mean?
That sounds about right. He too, though, I thought he was a better child actor than adult actor. I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't enjoyed his work as an adult, but I'm just like saying is, to this day, the best film I think he ever did was Empire of the Sun.
Empire of the Sun, I was going to say, yeah.
You know?
He's done some good stuff as an adult, but I think he's in that Johnny Depp camp where like he gets so full of the idea of being an actor that he's just gonna do some random wacky thing in every role, and it's exhausting. You know.
How about American Psycho?
Yeah, I remember American Psycho. He's good in that. I haven't seen it in a long time.
He had Batman and the Joker in one movie, but they didn't. Not the same film. Jared Leto and Christian Bale.
Yeah, I thought he was an okay Bruce Wayne. I don't think he was a great Batman.
No, solid, but not.
Yeah, not great. Not the best.
Not great. No, not great. I'm still laughing about the Johnny Depp camp. that whole, you're right, that whole Johnny Depp mentality. Before Johnny Depp took himself that seriously, I thought he was a great actor.
Yeah, I did too. He lost his way. Started doing Jack Sparrow with everything, you know.
Do you know he's listed in the credits in Platoon as Jonathan Depp?
Jonathan Depp, yeah.
Yes, he was trying to give himself some like street cred, and when he became famous, that's when he became Johnny Depp. You know.
And he was with Larry Fisher.
Platoon had a good cast though.
Yeah.
Platoon's
a great movie. I love Platoon. That's Oliver Stone. I think Oliver Stone's
Tony Todd was in that movie. Tony Todd was in there.
Tony Todd was in the movie. Yeah, Candyman himself, or Kern from Star Trek.
Kevin Dillon.
Oh yeah, I forgot Kevin Dillon was in that. And of course, Willem Dafoe. How can we not mention Willem Dafoe?
I watched him in a movie called The Blob last night.
The Blob. Yes, the remake.
The remake. Yeah.
With Shawnee Smith.
I think they're re-releasing that in theaters pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. And they actually killed a kid in that movie. You wouldn't do that today.
No, you're right. They wouldn't. But
no, not really. Yeah, you don't do that very often.
Like I saw that Precinct 13 when Ken Richards got killed by the ice cream truck.
right?
I know that that's like, I don't want to say iconic because I'm not trying to like glorify it, but it was a very powerful scene because you generally don't see stuff like that.
Emily Miller says she feels the same way about Clooney. Great Bruce Wayne, but not the best Batman. I can see that, I think.
Do you know that is the only film Clooney is ashamed of having made? He's actually ashamed of having made that film. Yeah. And this is a man who was in Day of the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes Part 2.
Well, I'd be proud of that.
Exactly.
and The Facts of Life. He was in that. You got to start in that.
He was in The Facts of Life. I had no
idea.
idea.
Like the last season or so. He played like the handyman.
He first came on my radar on ER, just like a lot of other people, just because my mom loved ER.
That's when he was discovered.
Which is weird, because my mom was a nurse who worked in an ER. I don't know why she loved ER.
Now, how right did they actually get it then?
Apparently a lot more right than most other shows do, at least in the beginning when Michael Crichton was still involved. They tried really hard to be realistic about it. But then eventually it just devolved into a soap opera and they stopped really caring about the medical side of it.
Yeah, and when the cast changed, that means the show's going down.
Pretty much. Yeah. Once George Clooney and
Anthony Edwards left.
Anthony Edwards, once they left, it started to fall apart, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, when shows get rid of their stars, it's like, why?
Yeah. Or I like how some shows like Sliders actually kept going and going and going with a completely different cast. I think the only one who was the same was the lounge singer guy. I can't remember his name, but the guy who was singing Tears in His Fro because he's sitting upside down. Something. I don't remember the whole song, but I loved it. But yeah, like Jerry O'Connell left, the girl left, Jonathan Rhys Davies left, but he was still there.
Because I remember when the Facts of Life first came out, they had 8 girls on the show. 8 girls on the show.
Yeah.
And Molly Ringwald was in that show.
Mm-hmm.
I did know that. Yeah, I knew Molly Ringwald was on that.
Yeah, they had 8 girls, and then like the second season, 4 girls got cut. I went, oh my God, really?
and yes, they brought in Joe, who I never liked.
I do want to say, Emily Miller, you are absolutely correct. House is infinitely better than both ER and Grey's Anatomy. It's not even a close contest, in my opinion.
Oh, Hugh Laurie? Hello, yeah, Hugh Laurie.
Yeah. House is one of the best shows, man, and it's basically Sherlock Holmes. I mean, I don't know if you know that, but it's basically Sherlock Holmes as a doctor.
In the ER.
Yeah. I love the fact most Americans still think Hugh Laurie is
American. Yeah, because he does such a convincing accent, you know.
Really good. Unlike Nicole Kidman.
Or Tom Cruise.
Or Tom Holland, because Tom Holland's British.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
He does a good English-American accent, yeah.
Well, Andrew Lincoln, whose real name is Andrew Cutterbuck, he from The Walking Dead, he too, I think, does an amazing American accent.
Yeah, if I hadn't seen Love Actually, I don't think I would have realized he wasn't a Yank.
I know that's the only other thing I knew him from too. Was actually Love Actually.
Yeah,
he was the guy with the music box that sang like carolers.
Right.
Which has been done in so many other movies. It's almost become a trope.
Has anybody ever seen the new Dungeons and Dragons yet?
I have not.
Not yet. One of my podcast mates, Lynn, he's going on about how it's actually a good movie and like you shouldn't judge it by its cover because it's actually really good.
I saw it. It ain't bad.
That's what I hear.
Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant's been doing all kinds of wacky stuff lately. He's an Oompa Loompa in the new Wonka movie, isn't he?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And
how could I not do this?
The gentleman.
Yeah, the gentleman. Oh yeah, and Anthony Edwards, same. Anytime I see Anthony Edwards, he reminds me of his role in Revenge of the Nerds, says GR. And
he will never get past that. He will never get
Emily Miller's seen it.
I remember I love the ending scene in Nerds when they did that rock thing with the techno sound.
Yeah.
The ending one. Oh my God, that was good.
She said it was better than she thought it would be. She only watched it because of Chris Pine. Fair.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
I like it because the story had heart.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I mean, that's what Lynn says.
It's about family, love, loss, adventure, all that rolled into one.
Yes,
And
Super. Hugh Grant is still doing movies.
and I love Bumblebee, by the way. That was a good movie.
Bumblebee is good. Yeah. Bumblebee surprised me because I was done with Transformers, and then I
love
begrudgingly saw it. She's great.
Oh yeah,
I like her as the new Hawkeye. She's fantastic.
Hey, she was in a movie with Jessica Alba and Samuel Jackson called Barely Lethal.
Never heard of it.
Go watch it. It's good.
Okay.
You get Sue Storm, Nick Fury, and the girl from Hawkeye in one movie. Hello.
That's cool. Andrew Lincoln is married to Ian Anderson's daughter. I had no idea. That's awesome.
That's amazing. I had no idea. That is awesome sauce.
And I will always love Jethro Tull. I mean, he's a rock and roll star with a flute.
Boy, that's taking me back.
Yeah.
So let's bungle in the jungle. Sorry.
I had the chance to see Jethro Tull live at the House of Blues with my dad, and I passed up on the opportunity because I was an idiot. I'm still mad about it.
I won't call you an idiot, but I do feel your pain, man. Wow, I do feel your pain. Oh, I'd be kicking myself too. Wow, that's it. Okay, trivia question. Who was Jethro Tull?
Who was Jethro Tull? I can't tell you the answer to that question. I have no idea.
It's funny.
Nope.
People. Oh, go ahead, Lance. Do you know?
Nope. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm going to give this one a minute because I bet you someone in the chat section knows this one already. So mind if I let this sit for a minute? By the way, see if anybody pours in.
That's totally fine.
For years, when I was a kid, I thought he was like some blues legend or something, and it was an homage to a past music icon. Nope. Indy, how did I not know that it was going to be you? Gee, who could have seen this coming? That Indy knew, of course. Yes. Yes, thank you. Is there anything you don't know, Indy?
Wouldn't that be Jethro Drill?
What a bump. Yes, he invented the sea drill. Very good.
Okay. I mean, I know that Steely Dan is, and I know Pink Floyd.
Do it again. I love that song.
I had no idea that Jethro Tull was the English farmer who invented the sea drill. Okay.
I love Steely Dan.
Everybody thinks it's this like some people think that he's actually the lead singer. No,
of course not.
What's some blues legend that he's an homage to? Nope. Well, then who the frig is he? It's really cool sounding name though.
You know what? Like now, I hated the song as I was growing up, but I love it now. It's called Tom Sawyer by Rush.
By Rush, of course. Yeah. I do love Rush. Rush was it's a band that one of my best friends is like a diehard fan. In fact, he's surprised he's not here. And like I listened to a lot of it because of him, and because I was so exposed to it over and over and over again, I eventually grew to love it. But like you, I kind of didn't like it when I was young. It was a little too, that prog rock experimentalism thing was a little too much for me as a kid. But as I've gotten older, I've liked it more and more.
I like all genres of music. I'm not just stuck with one.
I'm pretty much in the same boat. Because I don't like a lot of country, though.
If you stick with one genre, it's boring. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Spice of life, variety. Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you. I never acquired a taste for country music.
If you get some classics like Patsy Cline or something, yeah, okay, I'll listen to that. That's fine. But modern country just doesn't do anything for me.
I do like Shania Twain, though. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've heard Shania Twain and I haven't turned it off instantly, so that's the best I can do.
Daryl Johnson asks a good question here. He goes, "Is Andrew Lincoln a character on The Walking Dead?" Yes, he plays
lead.
Yeah,
Rick.
He plays sheriff's deputy Richard Grimes.
Yep.
But he was the main character for the first 8 seasons, I want to say. But one thing, and I have yet to, I actually messaged Nick. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm so sorry, Gregatero. Who worked on The Walking Dead for years and actually got his start. He actually did work on the original Night of the Living Dead franchise. I always wanted to know. In The Walking Dead, the main character's name is Richard Grimes. In Night of the Living Dead, in The Walking Dead, the man who gives us the first, I guess we can say, on-screen depiction of a zombie survival guide, who tells you, you have to shoot them in the head, who says you have to burn the corpses afterwards. His name is Dr. Grimes. I've always believed that Richard Grimes is a nod to Dr. Grimes, but I've never gotten that confirmed. But I
think I'd be more likely to believe it is than it isn't, right?
I was going to say, one heck of a coincidence if it's not.
Right, exactly. It seems a little too neat.
Little on the nose. But like I said, I've never gotten it confirmed. And George Romero's dead now, I'm afraid. But Mr. Greg Nicotero, if you're listening, please let me know in the comments below.
And yeah, if you're listening, please get in contact with me because, every once in a while I'll cover a movie that you do and I'd love to talk to you. Okay, we're hitting the hour mark. I think I might wrap it up soon because I'm just tired.
Yeah, you must be beat. You got home last night. You must be like zonk.
I am. Speaking of zombies,
road lag. Your road lag, Tug.
Pretty much, yeah. Although I did fly, so it is jet lag.
Jet lag then.
Yeah,
lag.
With gas prices the way it is, it's not like we're driving the cars any cheaper, especially since my car would probably break halfway through.
So definitely. I'm glad you had a good time, though.
I did. I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. But I miss the fellowship. I miss the online people. I miss you all. I love you so much.
I know. I'm glad I came on today. I'm glad I rebooted Google.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Make it. I'm glad you finally figured it out. That's awesome. It's so good to have you here.
And Thrash,
it wouldn't feel right without you.
Oh yes. Mind if I plug my show?
Yeah,
I am going live. I am going, even though you already plugged it for me. So thank you again for that. But officially, I'm going on tonight at 7:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel.
That's Eastern time, Thrash time.
Thrash time, indeed.
I don't want no frozen sickles tonight.
And I will be there to say hi to everybody.
It wouldn't be the same without you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed last week. I felt bad that I wasn't there.
Pop Bang and Emily a hard time. The way Gary Carpenter does all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, I just, like I said earlier, I just dropped a video on Inframan, which is my first Chinese movie. So check that out. It's a lot of fun. And I got a really good Twilight Zone coming out next week. That is Time Enough at Last.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. This is the first real famous episode I get to do. So look forward to that. Otherwise, I'll just see you tonight at Thrash's stream. I know most of you will be there.
All of you, hopefully all of you, you're all welcome.
Yeah.
Night, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.